What are some girl secrets guys don't know about? Sometimes we stand up and things just gush out of us. We always think it's our period. In pants hard bulge pic actual pic of your dick. When you hold your breasts when you walk up the stairs so they don't jiggle because that's uncomfortable. When you walk down the stairs. Painful. Up is fine, down is. Dear God. Periods suck overall, but they are very different depending on the girl. Some women get emotional, some are completely normal. Some periods last for 8 days, some last for 3 days. Some girls are in extreme pain, some just have mild discomfort. Some flows are very heavy, some are very light. AKA, I'm on my period can mean anything from sorry, I'm completely incapacitated, or I'm just feeling a little worse than usual. Once I was in so much pain I couldn't walk, so I decided to lie down on the couch in fetal position. A few minutes later I got the biggest urge to pee. I resigned myself to try to get up again and go when I felt a flash of pain down my entire back. I tried once more and again, a flash of pain that prevented me from uncurling myself. I stayed like that, unable to move, for 20 minutes with a very full bladder. When I did manage to get up I struggled with walking upright, so I just hobbled to the bathroom. Meanwhile, a colleague from college was perplexed hearing us girls trade horror period stories because she never felt any pain. No bloating, no migraines, nothing. It really is completely different experience for every woman. I collapsed in pain from mine years ago. Very unpredictable, heavy, and came at random times, either a week apart or months, and could last 3 days to 2 weeks. I begged my doctor for years to have tests for PCOS, and when I finally got my diagnosis 4 years after starting my period I was put on the pill with few to no periods, and it was life-changing. That was 15 years ago, and I'm looking at alternatives to pills, probably implant, but worried about those bad periods coming back. Underboob sweat is a thing. Screw just underboob, cleavage condensation is a bitch. How slowly we have to pull out a dry tampon in order not to rip our vagina tissue out. Birthing the dry tampon baby is the #1 reason I switched to a menstrual cup. After you go to the toilet, and you have discharge in your knickers, pulling your knickers back up again is the most horrific feeling. It gets cold very quick whilst you pee. Cold, wet and slimy discharge knickers suck. Imagine that all day long. This is why I just check my knickers every time I sit on the toilet and wipe them. And unlike another comment mentioned, I do not wear liners on the daily because it's a faff and pretty wasteful. Also, pad rash, panty liner rash. No way to win. We get so turned on that our clit actually hurts sometimes. If there are any men fashion designers on here, women who like dresses want pockets in the dresses, and I don't mean near my boob, I mean on the actual skirt part. I love my one dress with pockets. Some of us have to shave our toes. And nipples. I pluck those. And little happy trails. Put me down for all of the above. Some of us get extremely horny during the period, or little before that. Not the best timing, and not so many men dig it. My wife gets horny and irritable at the same time. Definitely not the best combo. She'll complain all day and then wonder why I wasn't enthusiastically initiating anything in bed. It took me a few years to notice the pattern. Same. Few days before horny AF but also so irritated. Few days after extremely close but not horny at all, no winning at all. Sometimes a pubic hair gets stuck under a panty liner. Ouch. Pads that don't have wings. Oh God, it's like they make a conscious decision after they've been applied that the real way to stop the blood is to seal it shut. What about the pads and panty liners that decide they don't like blood, so they unstick themselves from your panties and roll up so your panties get the bulk of the blood anyway? When girls are particular about their hair products, it's not us being overly superficial or picky. When your hair is long, the right shampoo conditioner drying routine can be the difference between soft waves and a dry, ratty mess. My boyfriend doesn't understand why I can't just use his shampoo conditioner 2-in-1. His hair is soft using it, so mine would be 2 in his eyes. What he doesn't realize is all of his hair is 1 inch or 2 away from his scalp, and mine isn't. The ends would be so dry. The feeling of having fart bubble popping forwards and squeezing your thighs to pop it. Wow, didn't expect this to blow up. Till that guys get this too. Now I have a mental image of dicks flapping up like the lid on a kettle. The fart bubble that sometimes come forwards and goes into your vagina and you're squirming BCEU, you have butt air your vagina now. I nearly wet myself laughing when my partner sat there, farted and with a hint of surprise in her voice said ooh, it bubbled up me flu. Yeah, my so doesn't understand and I tried to make him relate. Do you ever fart and instead of going back out past your cheeks, it comes forward and like touches your balls or something? And he looked horrified and said no, but I think the thought of him farting on his own balls haunts him now. Sometimes it comes out the front if I'm sitting pretty leaned back, but there's enough DMZ there that it just feels like it comes out the front, not that it's affecting the neighbors at all. We are almost always at least a little wet. It's not that you're hot, our bodies just need to be to function. Like a dog's nose? Boop. When we say don't stop during sex, it means don't stop doing what you are doing. Don't go harder, don't go faster, just don't stop doing it exactly as you are right now. It seems that when this is said, the guy speeds up or starts ducking up the rhythm. I get some guys get excited and go faster harder, but for me it feels more like when you're halfway through a Guitar Hero solo on Expert and your friend says oh shit, don't stop, but then of course your hand starts to cramp up and you lose your rhythm and then you start to duck up. Not heard anyone compare Guitar Hero to sex in a while. Some girls like squeezing their boobs. I remember asking my friend if I was weird for doing this and she was like, we all do it, we just don't talk about it. Be proud of your girls. So yeah, we do this. You can't blame us, they're squishy and fun. Someone already mentioned dick size, but I'm gonna go ahead and add some more. Longer is not better, we're only about 4 deep, so wishing you had a huge 12 cock to shove inside of her won't be pleasurable, it'll be very painful. You'll be ramming her in the cervix, and that doesn't tickle. Girth is more desirable, and if you don't have a lot going for you in the pants, plenty can still be done with the tongue and fingers. For a lot of women, penetration isn't the climax. Also, if she's wet, and I mean like ducking Niagara Falls, it's basically dripping down her legs, you could probably get a baseball bat in there with that much lubrication. It's possible she won't feel you at first until you fuck a little out of her, so that is it in? Isn't always BC, you're just small. The liquid barrier is real. Edit, rip inbox. I've been trying to keep up with everyone, so my apologies if I didn't get to you. I don't want anyone to feel insecure. My point was just that the porn videos and shit are crazy inaccurate. Most of you are far too hard on yourselves and your dick is fine the way it is. There's tons of great advice in my line of comments from other men and women, and you shouldn't put so much pressure on what's between your legs. Second edit, thanks for the silver. Third edit, I grossly overestimated the depth of the vagina. Turns out it's only like 4, thanks for the corrections. I fixed it in my original post. Sometimes if you fart, it doesn't escape through the fabric. Instead it rolls all the way from the back to the front with a noticeable little pop. It's never a good feeling. Edit, apparently this happens to a lot of dudes too. Not gonna lie, I assume the balls stop at escaping the front. I've heard it described by people as exiting through the gift shop. When it happens to a guy, it's called toasting the almonds. Our favorite bra hasn't been washed in 2 weeks. Edit, it is winter, so maybe I should have said 6 weeks. Oops. The feeling of pulling a really long hair out of your butt crack. At first it's kinda gross, then this good little shiver feeling. Edit, looks like our hair ends up in our guys' butts too. And you either love it or hate it, so I'm not sure whether to apologize or say you're welcome. You're welcome. Edit 2, my most upvoted comment is now about having hair in my ass. Thank you for that. I am a man. And trust me, for some reason your GFS hair can be found in your ass crack too. I know that feeling. I call it a butt floss.